things they do, then say they don't. I got tired.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Delirium coming at you with another tier list for the channel. The NBA season is right around the corner, as you guys may or may not know. Season starts on December 22nd. It feels like just yesterday we were watching the finals, so we're going to jump into a tier list for the 2020-2021 City jerseys. Now, the City jerseys are some of my absolute favorite jerseys. I already know I'm getting one of these jerseys. We'll get to it when we get to it, but if you know, the Richmond area here. Desmond Bane, drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies with the 30th overall pick in this year's draft. We copping that jersey this year, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into the tier list. If you guys are new, go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's hop right into it. We're starting off on a really high note. These Atlanta Hawks jerseys with the MLK across the chest, super, super clean. Black, gold, and white is just a tried and true color scheme. Absolutely love these jerseys. Now, I am going to be going back and revising this at the end, but to start it off, MLK jerseys for the Atlanta Hawks going in the amazing tier. Okay. These jerseys. Boston Celtics. They look like warm-up jerseys or practice jerseys, honestly, and I've seen some comments, people saying they look like G League jerseys, and they're not wrong. Like, I understand they're a big brand and they don't want to stray too far from the traditions of their jerseys, but come on, this is City jerseys. These things, nah, they ain't the move. I wouldn't say I absolutely hate them because they're not bad-looking jerseys, but like I said, they look like practice jerseys. They look like G League jerseys, so they're going to go in the category. Next up, we have the Brooklyn Nets, and I'll be honest with you, their Bed-Stuy jerseys for the City jerseys last year were some of the nicest jerseys I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely loved it. This one, it's got cool colors to it. Like, it's not bad. I like the design on the jersey itself, almost like a carbon pattern to it. And the sides of them, with the color scheme, it's like the splattered paint. It looks nice, but it's just not hitting with me. So we are going to be putting the Brooklyn Nets jerseys in the category. Next up, we have the Charlotte Hornets Buzz City jerseys. These things are a massive W. I cannot wait to see LaMelo Ball wearing this. Most likely we're only going to win probably 15 games, but who knows? With Gordon Hayward making 120, 130 million, something like that, crazy number, these things are going to look fire. I can only imagine the kicks that they'll be wearing with these two. Jordan shoes. I can remember some Kobe's having that kind of green color scheme to them. The gold, black, and I believe that's teal, maybe, something like that. Maybe some other different name color for it, but along the teal lines. I'm going to put them behind Atlanta's, but they're a solid jersey. Next up, we got Chicago, and I think this is one of the most slept-on jerseys from the City line. Something about gold, red, and black with that design down the side. Zach LaVine wearing some heat on the floor with these. These are a massive W, and I've been seeing some people online kind of giving them a Kenny from King of the Fourth Quarter, he said they were just kind of He got one, and he said it kind of grew on him. These things have been fire from the jump for me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to send them to the very top. I think they're absolutely fire, would definitely buy. Those Chicago jerseys, amazing. Cleveland, I get what you were going for here. All the different letters within Cleveland, if you do not know, on this jersey are different pieces or fonts from different rock bands throughout the world. I know in the description down there it says David Bowie, Pink Floyd, a couple different things like that. It's just plain to me. If they were going to do something crazy font-wise with that, they should have done a little bit more on the jersey itself. It's just a black jersey with a white letter, and then the typical colors for the Cavs on the sleeves and the neck, but it could have done a little bit more crazy with it. Put some stripes, put something on there. Honestly, we'll get to it. But I feel like if they did something kind of with the style of what OKC did, it could have made this jersey a lot better. Cleveland's is going to be going into the category. I'm going to put it below Brooklyn and the Celtics. Actually, the more I think about it, we're going to be putting Brooklyn's above the Celtics. But yeah, they're just kind of Whoo, Mark Cuban, you have outdone yourself on these, or if it's not Mark Cuban, whatever their team is, the marketing team, these things are fire. First pair of shoes I immediately come to the mind thinking of to wear with this, the cool gray Jordan 11s, low tops or high tops. Immediately comes to my head the idea of J.R. Smith's dunk when I believe he was with the Knicks in the cool grays. Dunking, those immediately come to my mind with this jersey. That would look so good with it. 100% top tier for me. I would say even, I love the Chicago jerseys. I would put the Chicago jersey second behind it. Denver, I think you tried a little too hard on this one. They're not terrible. All red for Denver. It's just, it's not hitting with me. We're going to go ahead and throw them in the ed. We haven't had a trash or decent yet, but we'll get there. There's definitely some ones in those categories. Speaking of trash jerseys, Detroit, you didn't have any other ideas? Maybe just, going back to the circle logo in the chest. Same color scheme you've been doing forever. I don't get it. Like, every other team has tried something very, very specific to their city, some kind of heritage, someone that's come from their city. These just, nah, they ain't the move. And Detroit's is going to be the first trash jersey. Like, come on. You got to be more original than that. Golden State, going back to the Baron Davis, Matt Barnes days. These jerseys are amazing. The image that they put out of Steph Curry wearing this jersey, absolutely fire. I always go straight to my head with the Baron Davis dunk when he untucks his shirt. I think he gets the tech on it. But that was just a big movement for Oakland at that time for basketball. I would say these are actually above. Yeah, I would put them at the top of amazing. I would put them above the MLK jerseys, and then I'd put them above Bud City. I'm a big sucker for throwback jerseys. Now these, I'm on the fence about, if I'm being real with you. The baby blue, I'm always a sucker for baby blue jerseys. For Houston, I only think of them as Astros colors, which happen to have red and orange in them, and the Rockets, where it's just like, it's a red team. That's Yao Ming's in my head, Tracy McGrady's in my head, wearing the all red with white lettering jerseys. I applaud them for going out of their comfort zone with it. They're not bad. It seems a little bland for me. I know the blue is supposed to be the main focus point of it. They're just kind of eh. Even though I said they're I'm not going to be putting them in the category. These are going to be the first decent ones. Like, I understand the blues. I like baby blue. It's going to be a good color for it. But just didn't hit fully for me. These, I absolutely love. Being from Indiana, the old school Reggie Miller, old school Ron Artest, all of the Jermaine O'Neal, those guys wearing those pinstripe Pacer jerseys absolutely brings back so many memories for me. I don't think they're better than the MLK, Buzz City, or Golden States, so we're going to put them at the end of amazing. They basically just copied and pasted their jerseys from last year, didn't they? Like, I wasn't a fan of these last year. I mean, it gives me kind of GTA vibes from it, but I'm just not a fan of these. There's not much going on with them. I mean, they got the slight color in the arm or in the sleeves of it, but besides that, it's just they're just really bland. And for that, I mean, they're better than what the Pistons was, but they're going in trash. Like, come on, you just basically copied and pasted from last year. Whoo! These ones, I was really hoping that they would go down this route at some point. I was kind of hoping they did it when my boy Lonzo Ball was still a Laker, because I remember his jerseys I would see for UCLA. This baby blue with it looked fire. And the Lakers have went back to Elgin Baylor's era of the Lakers basketball. These things are fire. Actually, no. I would take those over Chicago's. Actually, yeah, no. I think they're the best ones out right now. For what we've done so far in this list, I would say the Lakers have the best jersey so far. Now, I said so far because Memphis, you got your young star rookie of the year, Ja Morant. You just drafted the best shooter in the draft in Desmond Bane. Richmond represented. He's going to be an absolute star in the league. And they got the jerseys to go with it now. The Memphis Grizzlies hit the nail on the head. I love like the Aztec looking pattern around the neck and the side. The gold with the red Nike logo. the little designs going down it with the black and like graphite kind of contrast on the different stripes. Absolutely heat. To me, these are the best ones. There might be, the more I look at some of the other ones, there might be better. But I think the Memphis Grizzlies take the biggest W so far. And I don't know if anyone's going to knock them out of first place. I really don't. Those jerseys are fire. I'm getting a Desmond one as soon as I drop them. Okay. I am a massive fan of the Miami Vice jerseys that the Miami Heat have put out over the last couple of years. These have to be my least favorite. Like the all black with the different colored, I think it was blue and pink Miami across the chest. Amazing. I think that was their best one. They came close with last year's version. I think it was the all blue version or the all pink version. They're staying with the gradient look on this, kind of just mixing them both together. If it didn't have the ones previously, this one would hit way different to me. But because we kind of got spoiled with the Miami Heat City jerseys from the last couple years, these ones just kind of don't live up exactly to what those were to me. Yeah, we're going to put it in amazing. We're going to put it in the end of amazing. I still think the other ones in there are higher than it, are better than these, but they're still Heat for sure. Pun intended. Okay, Milwaukee. Y'all trying to do everything you can to get Giannis to re-sign. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about here, but like Powerhouse, in my hometown, we used to have a place called Powerhouse. They have those styrofoam cups that kind of have that little design on them. These give me that vibe for some reason. Like when I think of the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't think of kind of like a baby blue, a dark blue kind of thing, but hey, they went out of their comfort zone with it, and these are kind of in the bag. Like, I kind of like it, honestly. I wouldn't say it's to the level of some of the other ones, but we'll put this at the top of decent. The Timberwolves staying with a tried and true color combo of neon green and black. They're kind of average to me. Like, I get the idea of it. They got the stars on them. They're not bad, but they're not catching my eye as much as some of the other jerseys. They're going to go at the end of decent for me. Okay. These, I think, have been the most divisive jerseys. Most people I've seen have said these are absolutely hot garbage. I like the color combo. The red, kind of gold, blue, and white. I like it. You could have done so much better. You got Zion Williamson. You got to give him something better than this to wear. He's going to be your moneymaker for that team for as long as he's with them. You got to give him something better for marketing. This is just not it. I would say they're better than the Clippers and the Pistons, but they're still trash. Okay, well, the circle logos around the chest, I'm not a big fan of. I do like what they did with the Nike logo up in the top where it has the NYC with it. That is a really cool thing. I didn't see many other people doing that with. The gradient look, it kind of looks like something I would have made in middle school when I'm messing around with paint on windows. They're eh. And I just realized, after looking at this, they don't have the Knicks jerseys on this list. Oklahoma City. These things are nice. I really like these. I've seen a lot of slander on these, but for some reason, I'm getting a NASCAR vibe from this. I don't know if it's just the font on the number for them. Kind of gives me a NASCAR vibe, as well as just kind of the stripes on it. Black, orange, and then the different two-tone blues work really, really well together. I think these are W. I wouldn't say they're on the level of Miami's yet, but I would put them at the top of decent. The orange on these, oh, I'm a sucker for pinstripe jerseys. Orlando has always had the best pinstripe jerseys to me. I'd even take them over the Chicago Bulls. Fight me on that one. The old school Shaq style jerseys, just awesome, and kind of giving an ode to that now with the orange for, of course, the Citrus State. The orange, I think it says in the description, sunrise for Florida. I really, really like these. Call me crazy. I'm putting them up in for sure would buy. If the Magic had a player that I was really, really down for, I would get that 100%. That is a solid jersey. Oh, come on, Philly. You had one job. That's all you needed to do. And you didn't do it. You got to give us the Allen Iverson era jerseys. You got to. Like, come on. I don't care what they say, if it's inspired by the Allen Iverson Sixers. Just do the jersey. Like, these are okay. Like, they're fine. But, God, I'm putting it in trash just because it's not the Allen Iverson version. Like, I'll put it at the top of trash. These are solid. honestly, I hadn't looked at these too much until right now, and I like the kind of retro video game vibe that the kind of pixelation on the jerseys gives me a lot of really cool older memories from when I was a kid, with, of course, purple, orange, and yellow always going to be associated with Arizona. I wish there was a little bit more contrast between the shoulder, like the little shoulder stripe, and then the actual rest of the jersey. They could have done white for that, and I think that would have been a lot better. But I dig it. I'm going to put this at the end of amazing. I don't think it's cracked past the Miami Heat, but it's definitely better than what we have in decent. It's really weird. I believe it's orange, the orange stripe up there, or if it's red, I can't tell for sure. I think it's orange. If that was red or white, I think it would help a lot. The side colors, oh, okay, that's cool. The portions of the proceedings or the portion of the profits from these jerseys going to Native American Youth and Family Center in Portland. So that's a really cool jersey, like what it's going for. Design of it, I kind of like the wave design that they have going on with it, but I was expecting more from these. Portland usually has really solid city jerseys. They're solid. I'll put it at the top of decent. I'll give it a little bit more credit than what I originally did. The more I've looked at it, the more it's kind of catching my eye. I feel like they just went with one of the basic fonts from Google on that, like Sacramento. The color scheme, you had a lot to work with, but that is like the most basic font for the Sacktown across the chest. Like, you couldn't have, I don't know, found a little bit more unique style font? Like, come on. Yeah, I wouldn't even say they're better than this, Pelicans jerseys. They're better than the other two, but, yeah. Thank you, San Antonio. Oh my god, they finally strayed away from the 3 colors that they always use, and I love it. Going back to the David Robinson days of, is it like the teal, orange, and pink? I love this, dude. But I just feel like these are going to be one of those when you see them in person or you see them on TV, actually on the players, it's going to be a whole different story. I'll put these at the top of decent, honestly. I'm really happy they finally went out of their comfort zone a little bit. Toronto, that font is amazing. It's pretty simple, but it's not doing anything overly crazy, and I think it works. Just solid black with gold accents and gold lettering. It's really, really nice. I think these beat out the Heat jerseys. Actually, yeah, I think they beat out the Pacers jerseys, too. I think these are going to go in amazing. I really, really like that traditional black and gold style to it. I feel like there's a lot of really cool shoes, specifically Kobe's last game shoes, the Mamba Day ones. The black and gold would look amazing with those jerseys. Utah just kind of basically spark noted their last year's jerseys and just kind of took the same style and changed it up slightly. I mean, they're okay. They're just kind of middle tier for me. And finally, we have the newest jersey that Russell Westbrook will be wearing. They really didn't change up a ton from their normal ones. I like that they went with the gray base color with the American flag on the side. I think that's really cool. I feel like they should have done something a little different with the DC logo. Like, I get it's kind of the throwback logo for them, but I feel like you could have done something that really popped on the front, like chest logo for it. That would have made it 10 times better. But, I mean, it's not a bad-looking jersey. We're going to throw it at the very end of decent. The gray base really saved it for it. If it didn't have the gray base, it was kind of more traditional colors for him, probably would have been an eh. I kind of looked it over a little bit, and I think this is about as accurate as I can get it. If you guys have any different ideas for where different jerseys would be in your list, let me know down in the comments. So I thank you for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Peace.